What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Diesel Dog Garage video. And out here in the garage this morning, the right front wheel bearing has left the chat. This happened about a week ago. I found this. It's probably been going out for quite a while now, but didn't really have any noise or anything going on until last week. Started getting some clunking and stuff, so I checked it out, and yeah, it's definitely the wheel bearing. So I ordered a new one, came in a couple days ago. Throw her on today, and hopefully it goes in pretty easy. I don't have shop air or anything. I gotta do it all by hand like anyone else would in their garage pretty much. So got my tools, and I'm gonna get after it right now. Bust the lug nuts loose while the wheels still make contact with the ground. Yeah. Oh man. Once you get your wheel off, start dissecting this stuff a little bit here. Got an 18mm caliper bolt here. If you're not doing brakes or anything, you can take this all off as one piece and not have to separate the caliper from the bracket. So take that off. Gotta get your rotor off. Got a Torx little nut here. You gotta get that off. Take this part off so you can get your axle nut on there, and then pretty free and clear to start taking the bearing out of there. Oh, don't remember tightening it that bad. Holy! I'm glad I brought the breaker bar. Alright, pull that up. I usually just lay that right over on the side here, like so. And I did not take my Torx home, but I think I got something I can get that with. Maybe a T30. And I probably put this on with my 3/8 ratchet, so this is gonna, oh yeah, I got it. I just put these brakes on there. If you missed that video, these are all pretty brand new brakes and rotors, so everything's gonna come apart a little bit easier than it would if it hadn't been done in a while. Hooga chaka, hooga, hooga, hooga chaka, hooga, hooga. I can't stop this feeling. Hooga chaka, deep inside of me. Hooga chaka. Oh, okay, sorry. This little dust cover right here can be kind of tricky to get off there. It's almost impossible to get it out of there without ruining it. At least it is for me. So try giving her some smacks like this. Already done it. That's not moving it. There we go. Of course, I forgot my pry bar at work. Got her. Now you can really hear it now. I never did have any like bearing growling. Mostly just started hearing some popping, which was weird. Maybe because of the tire noise from the 325 60 18s I got on there. But that's like really bad. Here we are. A couple ways you can get this nut off. You can get a pry bar up in these studs, pull it back. Once it hits the ground, it'll keep it. You can get it loose while the brake's still on, have someone step on the brake and get it loose. Or, you know, if you don't have an air gun. Or you can stick her in 4-wheel drive. Make sure you set the parking brake so it doesn't move too much. I've got it in 4-wheel drive, locked in. Try to get this thing loose here. Oh, woo! It's like way too warm out here for November right now. All right. Next question, is this gonna push through? Oh yeah, nice and free. Sometimes I'll be seized up in there and you got this that. Pretty good. So now we can go ahead and get our bolts out of here. Got the wiring harness here, and see how many times we've got to smack it with a hammer before it slides out of there. Bearing and bolts are going to be at 15mm here. Alrighty, you got your ABS wiring harness here. Got to free up. Just using a pick to free this thing up from the bracket. Boom. So everything's loose. Go ahead and start giving this thing some smacks. Some tap-taparoos, and usually you gotta get pretty ignorant with it. And this one doesn't look like it's gonna just slide right out of there, so do a little persuading. Got some movement. Holy snap! You can see I got the shield right here, but if you nick it, you can just put it on the ground. It taps like that. Once you put it on there and tighten it down, it'll straighten out for you. Man, this spindle just should not look that rusty, I don't feel like, but here we are. A lot of you guys maybe would shop on Rock Auto every once in a while. You can find stuff pretty cheap there. I don't buy the cheapest stuff, but you can buy some pretty good deals. So I went in and picked this bearing up, ordered it for, with shipping and everything, it was $100. Figured what the hell, see how long of a life I can get out of this thing. And slide your harness in here. Get your bearing started on your CV shaft. Give her some shoves, and she goes right in. Get a couple bolts started so you can just get it to hang up on there. I'm stuck on a feeling. That song's stuck in my head now. Okay. Harness. Okay, what's next? Axle nut. Sounds good to me. I'm using an 1 7/16 on this axle nut. It is a little sloppy on there. It could have gone down a size, but that's what I brought home, so that is what I'm using. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Rotor. Sounds good to me. Caliper time. Ended up having to pull this back loose because I accidentally put it underneath my brake hose here, but that's all on there. Our cap. Let's take every one of these. Come on. There we go. Nice and tight on there. No one's gonna see that. Not sure where that came from, but that's creepy. Just be sure to double check everything before you put your wheel on, but we are ready to slap this booger back on. Here we go. It's always important to properly torque your wheels anytime you take the wheel off. Click! All right. Click, 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 click. Look at that. Good for another 7,000 miles when something else breaks down on me. Just go ahead and let her down nice and easy. Time to go do burnouts. Figure we'll run her up the road here real quick, see how she does. No popping or anything going on yet. Turn onto the highway here, wait for this grain truck. Southern Illinois, man, we're chopping the fields. You can expect to be waiting for a tractor or a grain truck or bean trailer, wherever they got going on, combines. Striding pretty smooth now. It probably was going out for a while, but it was gradual, so I just didn't really realize it, but feels pretty good, feels normal. Success. So I think that's going to wrap things up here on the old Silverado. The other wheel bearing got changed less than a year ago, same thing, but it's a 10-year-old truck, so these things are going to start happening, especially when you put 325 60/18 tires on these things and 2.5-inch level in the front. You're going to wear ball joints, you're going to wear wheel bearings, just how it is on these things. Yes, I know I'm wearing different clothes now. I'm wrapping this up the next day while I'm enjoying my coffee yet again. So I'm sure someone will call that out. But thanks again, guys, for tuning in, checking out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.